All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of high school baseball here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We switch sides here, and Nate Mullins, special guest Dan Hartzell, joining me on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Nate.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, no problem, man.
So, once again, we are here at Tornado Field for
Yep.
today's matchup between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes and the Norwalk Truckers. We'll pause for the national anthem. And that was not a stream of tear running down my face. That was actually sweat. So
It is. I vowed this week I am not going to complain about the heat.
not one bit, not at all.
No, we've had 4 straight days of beautiful weather. We've got some games in.
Loving it.
It's been great.
Absolutely. So once again, you're tuned in here. We're at Tornado Field. You're tuned in to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union pregame show. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports for bringing you today's ball game. Of course, today is a special day. It's the Strikeout Cancer game, and we couldn't be more happy to bring you this ball game here today on Heart of Ohio Sports. And it is all brought to you by the following community-minded sponsors. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Rodgers Flowers, Phillips Electric, Carmies Bar and Grill, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Feasel's Frame and Collision, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willies Fine Foods, 5-Star Maintenance and Construction, and Bookmeyer Printing, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. So we do have a special, let's just say it's a special event today, Dan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of festivities going on today, this weekend in general. There's some, let's just say there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and we are happy to be here for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I applaud Coach Malott and his staff and players, as well as our softball program for doing this. Everybody in one way, shape, or form, or the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, somebody's affected by cancer.
Yes.
And they do such a great job with this, and even incorporating our SBC foes, the Norwalk Truckers, and getting them involved in this. And I think it bodes well for what high school sports are. It's so much more than wins and losses. It is education-based, and it's teaching them life lessons. And I think our program, both of our programs, softball and baseball, do a phenomenal job with that.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more there, Dan. So we have this special occasion here today. Coach Malott, obviously, this isn't the first time he's done this, but this is, what, the 15th annual?
I think this is year 13. 13,
okay,
yeah,
so.
because we did it last year, and obviously we had the year off due to that wonderful pandemic. But
wonderful.
They organize this extremely well. Viewpoint Graphics does the T-shirts, phenomenal design on them this year. Each player on the back of their jersey signifies who they're playing for.
I think that's really cool.
I do too, and I think it adds a special touch to it. And you look out there and you see, some of our players with the teal and the purple wristbands, and to me, I think it hits home a little bit, and it makes it more than, yes, we're playing for a conference game here, but we're playing to help out in one shape or form that on a cause that continues to need funding and continues to need help across the board.
You're absolutely right. June 26th, it'll be 9 years for me, cancer-free.
That's awesome.
I had a complete thyroidectomy. They
Did
found
not know
thyroid
that.
cancer in 2013. They completely removed my thyroid, so
I had no idea.
yeah, I don't have a thyroid. I was about 185, 240 now, so this is all thyroid weight, baby. No, I'm thankful to be here.
That's awesome.
And it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where it's because of events like this that give you the advances in medicine.
Yeah.
You know, you have, all these athletes coming together for a common cause, which is, a common good. They want to try to beat cancer. And the only way they know how is to raise money. And this is honestly, this is a great cause and a great group of people. And we've got a great crowd here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for me too, it signifies that this is more what these kids do every day, what they learn from our coaching staff, is that this is more than just a game.
Yeah.
This is the game of life. This is these kids in practice in their games are taught. They got to take a quiz on a quick split second on the things that they've learned, during practice. And I think that and applying this situation and this type of opportunity to show our kids that it is more than just us in Norwalk today. It's everyone that's been affected by this. I think it's amazing.
You're absolutely right. So we do have some first pitch festivities. But first, we're going to take a moment of silence in honor of all cancer survivors and all the loved ones we lost to cancer.
Thank you. Please now turn your attention to the center of the diamond, where we will have several ceremonial first pitches.
All right.
These first
We're going
pitches
to
will be
direct your
delivered by
attention
individuals
to
chosen by each program to
now
was hit not once, but twice
to deliver the first
in a
pitch.
span of about 18 months. First, Mom Christy was diagnosed with breast cancer. She spent her birthday in surgery, went through treatment, and was in remission about 6 months later. About a year after that, in March of 2015, their 8-year-old son, Evan, was diagnosed with high-risk leukemia. His bone marrow was over 90% full of cancer, and they were told he probably had it for less than a month. His only symptoms were a patch of spider veins on his chest and a flushed face. It turns out he had a sizable mass in his chest that was pushing the veins to the surface and preventing blood from flowing down from his brain, which made his face flush. His treatment schedule was much longer and far more brutal than his mom's. It lasted 3.5 years and included everything from chemo treatments lumbar punctures, blood transfusions, and many hospital stays at Akron Children's Hospital. He is currently a freshman at Norwalk High School, brother to Ian, and is involved in golf, tennis, select choir, and was in the musical The Wizard of Oz. He also was a manager of the Trucker basketball team. Christy was determined through her fight to show her boys how to handle adversity and battle with a strong faith and a positive attitude. Little did she know that at the time that her optimistic attitude was truly laying the foundation to help Evan prepare for his own battle. They'd like to thank the Tiffin and Norwalk baseball programs and respective communities for the support and for allowing them to tell their story. It gives me great pleasure to say that even though cancer put up a heck of a fight at the plate, fouling off many fastballs and driving up the pitch count, Christy and Evan were both determined to win. And with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, they both struck cancer out. Evan is here to show us a little glimpse of the heat that he threw in taking down a ferocious competitor. He will be delivering his pitch to his brother and Norwalk standout senior, Ian Meyer.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Once again, folks, we're here for the Strikeout Cancer Game. First pitch festivities underway.
For the Columbian baseball program, Sam Rosman was our first pitch honoree. Sam threw out the first pitch this past Tuesday due to a pending surgery at the Cleveland Clinic tomorrow. Sam is a junior at Tiffin Columbian who battles a brainstem tumor. He has remained strong and persevered through all aspects of his life, despite all the adversities he has faced. He is grateful for all who he has met and all who support him throughout his cancer journey. He is involved in marching band, symphonic band, pep band, ping pong club, quiz bowl, National Honor Society, and does very well academically by being in the top of his class. He plans to further his education by studying engineering at either Carnegie Mellon, Case Western, Trine, or Baldwin Wallace. Yet today, we still have a very special guest in Sam's place. Taking his turn to throw out the first pitch is Parker Wood, the son of the late Daniel Wood. Daniel was a 2012 graduate and Tornado baseball player, captain, and leader. With all of the weather this spring, we had to combine several games into one, and we will also be celebrating suicide and mental health awareness today with the entire Wood family. Daniel was an integral part of our last 2012 league championship team and was the epitome of grit, determination, and perseverance. As fate would have it, Daniel's last league game was against this very Norwalk program in 2012, where he ironically threw a no-hitter in a loss at Norwalk. The family started the Daniel Wood Memorial Baseball Tournament and Scholarship in 2021. Through community efforts, the family has raised nearly $20,000 in the last 2 years for suicide awareness and scholarship opportunities for Columbian senior athletes. A banner in Daniel's honor will forever be displayed at Tornado Field as a reminder of the man he was and the love he has left. Catching Parker's first pitch will be his cousin, Cale Lawrence.
You're good.
Thank you to everyone who helped make today possible.
That was awesome.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
upcoming
Did you
games.
see Parker with a little
Yep.
cartwheel
Yeah,
afterwards?
That's awesome.
Once again, Nate Mullins, Dan Hartzell on the call today. We have Greg Kinn manning the cameras down there. Greg, what do you think about today's festivities, man? I mean, that was touching.
Oh, absolutely, Nate. It's just great atmosphere down here. Couldn't be more happy to be here today.
Thanks again, Greg, for manning the cameras for us today.
Greg's an unsung hero.
He really is. I mean,
yeah,
he wears
Greg,
a
we
lot
appreciate.
of hats.
Yeah, we appreciate everything that you've done for Columbian sports and broadcasting on those nights where we had some not so good football weather towards the end of the season. He's out there with the camera. It's greatly appreciated, man. You're awesome at it. And we appreciate you.
I appreciate that.
You honestly, when you get those kind words, it hits different. I don't know what it is, but man,
He gave me
you
$5
don't get
on
them
my
very
way
often.
up here, so that's he wanted 3 back though. That was the weird thing.
I think he wanted to get you some. He wanted you to get him some popcorn.
Oh, I can make that happen too. I got a little bit of connections around here, not much.
All right, so we are here to cover a baseball game. Once again, you're tuned in to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union pregame show. Nate Mullins and Dan Hartzell on the call. We're here to cover Tiffin Columbian and Norwalk as Columbian comes into today's matchup at 15-3, 7-1 in the SBC Lake. Norwalk 13-6 and 7-3 in the Lake. These two teams familiar with each other.
Yeah.
And this is our final regular season broadcast of the season, so it's special in more than one way.
Yeah, and I think it'll be a really good one. Speaking for the Tornadoes, anytime you throw Carson Malott, you're number one on the hill, you're in the game.
Yeah.
I've seen high school baseball for, a lot of years, but Carson is a special pitcher, has such a passion and drive for the game. And I think this will be a great contest to see. This puts the Tornadoes up above, 2 games above. I think we'll shove them down to Norwalk. Will go. I think they're 8-3 in the conference, Nate, and I think we're 8-2. If I remember right, yeah.
8-2.
Yeah, if our great friend at the Advertiser Tribune. Maybe I can shoot Josh Morgret a text and get his input in it. But I'm pretty sure that's what I read this morning.
Well, I know that I use Higgins stats.
Yeah.
And MrHiggins.net is where I get my stats from. And sometimes I think he only updates them once or twice a week. So sometimes they're a little bit behind.
Well, that's got to be a lot of work for one person to do. And you look at You look at 23 schools in the SBC, all with baseball and softball, and right. That's got to be difficult.
Right.
It's much like the assigners trying to find umpires in a shortage.
You are not kidding. But we have 2 today.
Yes. Yeah, we have 2 really good ones.
Tony Gase down there. Hey.
2 Tiffin guys.
Familiar face.
Tony Gase and Jamie Rhodes.
There we go.
2 good high school officials. We've been really blessed, even on the days where we've had one official due to the shortage, or we've had so many rescheduled games this year. It's just crazy. We've been blessed with good officials. And I'm a firm believer that no official ever costs anybody the game.
That's right.
Even though I have 154 reasons every year for the Pirates why the umpires have cost us the World Series every year. But I won't get into that. That's a whole nother episode. But no, it's
who's got time for that?
Exactly, But it's great to have 2 officials, especially 2 teams top of the SBC standings.
Right.
It's good to give them. I don't want to say an unfair shot when they only have 1, but it's a fair shot when you have 2. So.
Well, I mean, this is a rivalry game in every sense of the word. Both of these teams very familiar with each other. Let's talk about the keys to the game, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. And I don't have to tell you about Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. The keys to the game for there. I mean, just go check out the new menu, folks. I'm telling you. I've been telling you over and over again, this menu, there's so many cool new items that they've added. They've got a new chef out there now. I don't know if you've actually experienced Xcaret in a couple months, but they have brought in a new chef, and he is phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Our Cinco de Mayo meal, literally, we ordered our appetizer. It was there within 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, our main course was out. And you're talking on Cinco de Mayo.
Right, that's awesome.
I was blown away. But once again, keys to the game brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. We got 2 SBC rivals here today, and we got 2 dynamite pitchers on the mound in Carson Malott and Buddy Baker. What do you think today? What's the keys to the game for you?
Well, I think from the Tornado standpoint, they're going to have a quality individual on the mound. So there's no issues there. As long as he works ahead of the hitters. I think that's the key point there from the mound standpoint. And then from there, I believe it's getting those clutch hits, which has been kind of their mantra in the games that they've lost this year, is not being able to string together those clutch hits when they get a guy on first and second with 1 out, or second and third with 2 outs. They haven't really been able to put those clutch hits together. So I think that's key for them, as well as in every high school game that you play in. Maximize your errors or minimize your errors across the board, and I think those are the key for the Tornadoes.
Minimize errors, maximize effort.
Yep.
And
and I
work
think
ahead for pitchers. That's going to be key today. I really do. Both pitchers are going to have to get ahead in the count.
Absolutely agree, and I think for the Norwalk hitters, they're going to have to be aggressive with Carson because he likes to work all angles of that plate, and I think they're really going to have to be very aggressive with him, and not only on the mound, but I think on the base paths too when they do get somebody on there.
Oh, absolutely. So once again, your keys to the game brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. Now let's take a look at the Phillips Electric weather report. Folks, all you got to do is take a look outside. It is gorgeous today. Once again, Phillips Electric brings you your weather report, and it is beautiful. 86 degrees and sunny outside today. And I don't have to say much more than that. There's not much wind. I mean, I was sweating, folks, and I mean sweating when I got up here. So I'm excited about this one. We're ready to get underway, but 86 and sunny is your Phillips Electric weather report, and it feels good to say that because that just means we're getting closer and closer.
I told the parents as I was walking up here, the first person that complains about the heat is being thrown out because we've had, such a rough spring with the rain.
Yeah.
In the 40 degrees, 45 degrees. These kids have really persevered through it all. And hats off to the parents, too, who have to adjust their schedules when a game gets canceled on a Monday and they've got to now move it to Thursday, So
yeah.
I don't know. I only have one child. I don't know how anybody does it with more than one child. So hats off to them for being able to adjust.
I have 3. And
I don't know how you do that.
It's not fun, but we make do. We do what we got to do. But I'll tell you what, today going to be a great day for baseball. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Well, I talked about the Phillips Electric weather report. Well, Phillips Electric in downtown Tiffin, they're an authorized dealer of Whirlpool products. Whirlpool advances technology to the point of simplicity, creating innovation that's forward-thinking. Great design that fits seamlessly into life and is truly a pleasure to live with. So if you're looking for Whirlpool products in Tiffin, or if you have any questions about Whirlpool products, feel free to call Tom and Greg Phillips at 419-447-3934, or simply just stop by Phillips Electric at 176 South Washington Street at any time, and they'll be happy to assist you. And Whirlpool products, I'm telling you folks, I don't have to say it again, you should be shopping for a local brand because, it's made in this, about 20 miles away from here?
Absolutely. and Phillips Electrics, they did all of our appliances. Great to work with, great service, always happy to assist. They're not out trying to price gouge you, and Tiffin has it all. People need to understand that. Tiffin has anything that you need.
That's right. And speaking of Tiffin, TPC, Tiffin Paper Company, TPC Food Service brings you today's first pitch. Carson Malott on the mound today for Tiffin Columbian. And once again, your first pitch brought to you by TPC Food Service. Thanks once again to our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports: MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Rodgers Flowers, Phillips Electric, Carmies Bar and Grill, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Feasel's Frame and Collision, Benchwarmers Restaurant Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, 5-Star Maintenance and Construction, and Bookmeyer Printing. All proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I don't want to think we had controversy right off the bat here, but one of the Norwalk coaches went to the first base umpire, and the home plate umpire got together and had Carson Malott remove his purple wristband.
Oh.
So he looked a little disgusted as he walked off the mound there. But I'm sure he's a smart kid. He'll overcome that. That's only a wristband.
That's mind games right there.
Yep, exactly.
That's all it is. Just little mind games. Just little
I think
gamesmanship is what you want to call it.
And
right?
Getting to know Carson over my 3 years here, the first year I was here, he's extremely disappointing because he didn't get a sophomore year of baseball, and that's his sport. And getting to know him through the years and helping you understand, what happened with Coach Malott my first year here and all that info that went with that, I've come to realize that in that situation there, I don't think they wanted to poke the bear.
No.
He's a mentalist. He is a physic. He just will beat you physically and he will beat you mentally, and I don't think anything phases him. It might right off the bat, but then it's over.
It's not. Yeah, that's not exactly a sound strategy for most teams to start out the game by stirring up a hornet's nest, essentially.
Yeah.
So Carson Malott on the mound for Tiffin Columbian, 5-0 on the season. He's allowed 2 earned runs. That's right, 2 earned runs in 34 2/3 innings pitched. Just 19 hits, and yes, 52 strikeouts. That's good for third in the SBC Lake, and his ERA also sits at third. right now with a .40 ERA.
Yeah,
Just unreal.
And you look at, how many innings pitched did he have? 34.2 innings pitched with 4 walks.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's control. That command.
That's probably one of the best high school stats I've seen in a long time.
Leading off for Norwalk, Sam Battles. Battles hits that one to the shortstop. Tucker fields, throws over, and gets out the runner at first.
And there's 2 things there. Aggressive play by Norwalk jumping on that first pitch offered by Malott. Looked like he was coming towards the inside there, and a good job on Braden Tucker to get that hop there that he had and set himself plant and throw.
It was a nice job by Tucker to charge on that one because the grass kind of slowed it down a little bit. He had to make sure he got that play.
Well, that's one of those weird hops, too. You get right on that edge of that grass to the dirt, and you never know what you're going to get from that hop,
Yeah.
So great play by Tucker there. Phenomenal shortstop, great kid. Heidelberg University is lucky to have him coming their way.
Yeah, absolutely. That one in there for a strike to even the count at 1-1.
That's all the games I've been up here and with Mr. Edmond running the scoreboard today. I'm thankful I don't have to do it because I believe the instructions are in Vulcan. But I think one of the things that I've noticed every time I've watched Carson pitch, I think he's pitched 2 times that I've been here. He loves that inside. He loves to work that inside.
Yes,
that's his portion of the plate, and I think that's where we're gonna see that aggressiveness from him this whole game.
And that keeps hitters honest. You keep pitching inside, and it'll keep a hitter back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Won't let him crowd that plate so much. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Nice mix of pitches there. Came inside right off the bat, stayed inside, and then got him to chase the high outside pitch. Good combination there from Malott.
Caleb Summers goes down swinging. That'll bring up Ian Miner.
Ian's a great athlete for Norwalk. He does a
absolutely.
phenomenal job watching him on the basketball and does a really good job for baseball-wise, too, for Norwalk.
He was our SBC All-Star Game, MST Sauce Company Player of the Game.
That's right, yeah.
He was having a great time.
Yeah, I'd love to see the SBC work on expanding that and making that a big production for the kids because I think they deserve it. And with 23 schools in our conference, I think that could be a big event.
I thought you did a pretty good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I was happy to secure. It was happy Heidelberg University allowed us. I think that's a great venue to have it. Pretty central for a lot of schools.
The 0-2 fouled back. Yeah, I think that's a great location, great venue.
Yeah, and it gets some of those kids like an Ian Miner, gets them on a college-sized floor that they may see eventually.
That gets them a little bit more looks, too.
Right. Yep. We had about 4 college coaches there watching, so not only from Heidelberg, so that was a good thing.
That one hit back up the middle. Nearly took off the head of Carson Malott as Ian Miner earns his way aboard with a 2-out base hit.
Yeah, he sat back on that, I think, waiting that 1-2 count, and took that curveball right up to the center. Waited on it to get there and drove it. I thought Carson was going to make a play on that. Almost had it a little bit.
Just missed it with his glove. That puts a runner on first. Or Brayson Malson. That pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Carson again, first pitch. He's going after that inside, establishing that inside corner right off the bat.
The 0-1. Once again, fires that one in there for a strike. He's working ahead of the batters here.
Yeah, doing a nice job staying on top. I think one of the things when he gets on that mound, he wants everyone to know this is his game.
Yeah.
Like, this is his game.
Oh, absolutely. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to end the inning. Malson goes down swinging.
Big first inning for the Tornadoes there. Ian Miner had a nice base hit. Left him stranded, but nothing hurt there as Carson Malott came back and battled. Good inning for the Tornadoes.
Absolutely. Bottom of the first coming up. No score here at Tornado Field. We'll get our first look at Sam Battles. Senior pitcher on the season for the Truckers. Battles is 4-1 with a 1.44 ERA. He's got 18 strikeouts, but he does have 15 walks in 34 innings pitched.
Yeah, I don't think he's a high-velocity pitcher. I think he's more of a control pitcher. That I think the one game I read in the advertiser, he kind of struggled on the mound, giving up some, I think it was 6 walks in the game. So had some control issues there, but kind of going back to the points of the games, same way with Norwalk. Norwalk has to stay aggressive against Carson Malott. I think that's the opposite for the Tornadoes here, is to be patient at the plate and make him throw the strikes that they want and take what he gives and, put it into play. So I think it's a kind of a reversal there from one pitcher to the next.
Gunther Kissel will lead things off for Tiffin Columbian.
Yeah, Gunther's struggling with an average this year at 239, 83 plate appearances with 16 hits and 15 runs scored. But he does a lot. He kind of sets the table for everybody. A lot of the kids feed off of what he does in this first at bat. And again, another cerebral player for the Tornadoes. Very
for sure.
Mental, good physical kid. Outstanding person, phenomenal athlete, better person, I think.
A great personality, as
Yep.
I caught the podcast recently.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Something sports. I can't remember
Oh,
what it was
it's
called.
Outside the box.
Outside the box sports. That's what
yeah.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught their podcast recently. Nice hit to the shortstop. Took a wicked hop, but nice
Yep.
job to field that one.
Definitely got a nice hop there, but a good, again, first pitch, swinging, much like we saw. But yeah, Gunther's one of those kids where he may not speak a whole lot, but when he does, you're going to laugh. That's right. You're going to laugh. You're going to pay attention to him. So
Had notes of Stephen A. when I was watching the podcast. Braden Rogo. I'm sorry, this is Bryce Rogo. 17.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I've known these kids since they were probably 10, and I still can't tell them apart. But good kid. Having a good year at the plate, batting .365. 23 hits on the year and 10 RBIs, 20 runs scored, 10 walks. Got to cut down on the strikeouts a little bit. Talked to him a little bit earlier in the season, and he wanted to get rid of the called third strikes, wanted to be more aggressive and not let the pitcher dictate if he's going back to the dugout or not.
That's a good approach.
Yeah, I think he's got to be the aggressor, yeah.
Yep. Swing and a miss.
Really good athlete, and the one thing I'll say about all these Tornadoes, their GPAs, I mean, they're the true epitome, and I'm sure Norwalk's the same, but they're a true epitome of student athlete.
Yep.
I mean, Gunther's a 4.0 and above. Cole Jordan just received a $15,000 engineering scholarship. What they do in the classroom is amazing, and they're good quality kids.
That's why I like having you on, Dan. Strike 3 called. Rogo goes down looking, as he thought that might have been ball 4. Tosses the bat there.
I honestly, again, that's one of those ones where you cannot allow that to be dictated to you. You have to be the aggressor in that situation. And the tough part is you're in the first inning, and you have yet to see the umpire establish his strike zone, so you don't know if he's going to be consistent or inconsistent right now. And you can't put that trust in anybody else but what you're swinging.
Carson Malott.
So I think that's that was the same pitch.
Yeah.
Same location. And
he's just establishing his strike zone.
They get that major league stigma where you've got that 8-inch by 8-inch window, because that's what they see on TV. And then they get the umpire's report that you can now get online and see how bad Angel Hernandez is.
Oh, man. And that just turns fans against the umps even more.
It does. It does. I think you just need to,
let it be.
You eventually just want to say, we know there's a problem. There's always been a problem. They are human. We are human. We're all going to make mistakes, but allow them to do their job.
That's right. Malott works his way aboard with a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Jaden Myers.
Yeah, Jaden's having a phenomenal year. Committed, already committed to Mount Union to play baseball there, hitting .474, 12 walks on the year, just having a great year at the plate, and I think he's overdue here to put the ball into play.
Watches that one in there for a strike.
Yeah, and I think the home plate umpire is giving him that nice range, that nice cushion of that's the same pitch to a left-handed batter right there.
Throw to first, runner back safely. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. No score here in this strikeout cancer game here at Tornado Field. Nate Mullins and Dan Hartzell on the call. The lefty, Buddy Baker.
He's not really getting that curveball to snap yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's getting it to snap off of there and drop down.
You're getting this warmer weather. Maybe that grip starts to slip a little bit, and there's a nice play by Miner over there at third base as Jaden Myers hits that one well, but Miner just had to hop a little bit for that.
Yeah, great play.
6'6" frame just kind of, I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. The nice hit by Jaden. That's one thing I'm impressed with when Jaden's at the plate. He doesn't, I don't want to say he crowds the plate, but he really fights off those inside pitches and just drives them,
Yeah.
Nice pull hitter.
Top of the second coming up. Due up for the Truckers, Kelton Chapin, if I'm keeping track right. That's why I got a good announcer and scoreboard operator here next to me.
Well, I believe you have to have 2 masters and at least 2 doctorate classes down in order to run that scoreboard. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Mr. Edmonds can handle it.
It's definitely taking most of baseball season
to
learn this process. Yeah. And I was hearing you guys talk about it beforehand. I'm like, there's so many unnecessary buttons, and it's like you really only need like 5 buttons on this thing. What are we doing here?
Yeah, and I don't want to say dummy it down, but really there's some things that are useless on that system. But again, it's one of those things where we were in dire need of scoreboards. Our lights, the lights cost almost more than the electricity to run them. It was just tough to get that, but this is what we could afford without breaking the bank. So
it looks great, honestly. From here, from the fans' perspective, when you're looking at it, it's phenomenal.
Oh, and it's in a great location.
Yep.
We do have an arch coming next year. Probably we're going to add some stuff to it, but the big vision is we'd love to build a baseball, softball complex and tennis complex over in our middle school lot.
Oh, wow.
And then make this a straight soccer/football practice area.
Just make it a big indoor practice facility.
Yep.
I'm totally in there with you. I love it.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Visions cost wallets.
There's a lot of wallets in this area, I'm just saying.
Venmo me? No, I'm just kidding.
That one fouled straight back.
Yeah, again, this is the 3rd straight batter that for Norwalk that's jumped on that first pitch. So, again, that goes to that aggressiveness.
Yep. Keys to the game. For Norwalk batters today, they're going to have to be aggressive as Chapin swings through that one. 0-2 the count. Take a look at our Skycam perspective here.
That's a great shot.
We got the net in the way, but we got a little bit of a different view here. That one hit back up to the shortstop, fielded, and Tucker bobbled it a little bit there and was unable to make the play at first. Chapin beats the throw.
Now batting for the
Looked like he kind of sat back on that bounce between the dirt and the grass, kind of sat back on that one, and that kind of handcuffed him a little bit.
Yep.
Whereas the last inning he charged that first one and allowed to get that hop from the grass into his glove. And if you wait back a little bit, that ball's going to play you. This is not turf, so you're not going to get that true bounce every time.
Correct. That one fouled off to the left.
And, definitely looking to advance the runners here because I think they along with everyone in the crowd, knows that their scoring opportunities when Carson's on the mound are very, very slim.
Yeah.
So, trying to get that runner over. But one thing I'll say is Coach Malott does a great job with prepping these guys on the game situations. That's a lot of his practice times as the games wear on.
Snap throw to first. Runner dives back safely. Dan, they made us think about those purple wristbands, but I don't hear them say anything about these purple bases.
No. No, that's true. That's true. It's one of those, ipso facto, somebody complained about, the wristband, so because he's on the mound. And even though I probably wouldn't even, from here, we probably couldn't even tell if he was wearing it or not. It's going to blend in. And
yeah.
Might be hiding secrets in that wristband.
Maybe.
True.
Maybe.
True. I'm just glad baseball has not gone like softball has to the courtesy base. I think that takes away from if you were to add that little league, I don't have any issue with it. But I think from a high school standpoint, I'm glad that they've stayed true to the sport. As it's been brought up.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the extra base. Nice job by the third baseman to come in on that one. Charging hard is Alzaquani. Guns him out at first. Nearly got the runner at second, sleeping there.
Yeah, good play. Took a big turn there. Myers quick to throw it around. Sometimes makes a coach cringe, but they do a nice job there. But yeah, Alzaquani again, hammered into his head. This is where you need to be. It looked to me a couple more bounces. That thing might have went foul, but good play, no doubt, by the sophomore at third.
Runner at second now. One down. That one skied. The catcher, Bryce Rogo, makes the play.
Another first pitch swing, looking to be aggressive there at the plate by the Truckers. Good play by Rogo behind the plate.
Braden Rogo.
Braden, that's always a tough catch. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
the high school level, the major league, that's a tough catch.
You got to whip your helmet off so quick. You got to find it, locate the ball. I mean, it's hard.
Yep, I completely agree.
That one in there for a strike. Two down, runner at second here in the top of the second.
Again, I think Carson's going to want to take this batter in his own hands, not allow him to get anything around on him. Work that inside corner there first.
Oh, he hits the batter. Comes inside on that one. And plunks Baker.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 22, Griffin.
Thankfully for Baker, that was not on his throwing arm. That was on his right hand.
Yeah.
So good for him. I don't think Carson really hasn't hit anybody. That's his first hit by pitch this year.
Brings up Griffin Peoples. Peoples, in 20 plate appearances, has just 2 hits on the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to be aggressive at him. And again, I think I've said it 10 times. I'm repetitive because I'm not the most intelligent person, but they're going after that, first, second pitch there.
And they're going to have to.
Yeah.
Runners at first and second with 2 out. Malott checks the runner at second. Comes set. 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think he caught him up there with that curve. He wasn't sure if he wanted to swing or not. Wasn't sure if it was coming back around. Good mix of pitches there by Carson.
Oh, 2 the count. Malott looking for a good pitch here. And that one hit into the hole, into left field. Left fielder charges. Hits the cutoff man. They throw to the plate, not in time. And a run will score.
That's a big hit for the bottom of the lineup there for
Peoples.
Norwalk. Yeah. As you said, only his 3rd hit on the year. Big hit.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 1, Sam Battles.
And Norwalk on the board first here at Tornado Field. 1-0 Truckers.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's a huge run for the Truckers.
They caught Al Zaquani because he had kind of motioned toward third base because they had the hit and run on. Both runners were moving in that situation. So Al Zaquani went to cover third, and the ball was hit right where he left, literally right to the spot he vacated. That's where they hit the ball, and it had to be frustrating for him.
Yeah, and I wonder, if that was a planned, hit and run, or if it was just, hey, 2 outs, 0-2, let's go on the swing. But you're right. Talib had to get over and cover third and take care of the runner.
That one in the dirt. Rogo does a nice job to keep it in front of him.
For a 6'4" catcher, he does a really nice job of keeping balls in front of him.
Right. Want to know the count. Runners on first and second. 2 down. That one hit back up the middle, but this one's going to be playable and caught by the center fielder. That'll be the end of the top of the second. But the Truckers tack on a run. They're on the board first, 1-0 Norwalk. We head to the bottom of the second. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Dan Hartzell on the call. Dan, I know you've got, let's say, duties to attend to.
Yeah.
I know you've got things you've got going on today, so
yeah.
You won't be here with us for the entire broadcast,
No.
but I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, one of the cool things that it's one of the great things I love about my job. We've got Brett Minnick, who's one of our state second place state runner-up at wrestling at 138 pounds, is signing a national letter of intent to wrestle at Mercyhurst after a long recruiting process. And so we try and, I try and do it a nice personal touch for the families to bring everybody in. We put some stats up on the screen. We've incorporated some video clips with the kids. But it
really
gives
cool.
them an opportunity, and then we kind of joke around and say, well, even though we already know where everyone's going, Brett's kind of a late announcement, but we had a great one last night, and our own Keyshawn Jackson, who's going to run track at Tiffin University. We've done a couple other, probably 6 or 7 ones this year, but that's the fun part of the job, even though it adds hours to it. But I'm going to run up there. We got that at 6. That'll be done by 6:15, and I'm going to come right back here.
Okay.
Because I love watching I coached baseball for 6 years and loved every bit of it. And, being a Pirates fan, I don't get to watch much true baseball. So
Right. Well, I'm a Guardians fan, so
yeah,
not much farther off.
it could. I guess in the big
We could be
picture,
Reds
right?
fans.
Exactly. You're very true. I did have a couple baseball cards I took out of my spokes that offered to buy the Reds for, but nobody wants the.
Rogo with a nice hit, slaps that one into right field for a leadoff base hit.
Well, I think he waited on that one because I think that wasn't a pitch that on the outside corner that you drive, that you chase out to the outside. I think he waited on that one and was unsure or not, but just got a good swing on it.
Rogo batting .467 on the season. That'll bring up Braden Tucker. Tucker batting .333. 18 hits and 54 at-bats. Snap throw to first. Rogo back safely.
Yeah, this is I think Tucker can be a dangerous kid at the plate because he's got really good bat control, as well as you're adding him with the Rogo kid on first. You've got some really good quickness there.
Once again, throw to first, runner back safely.
See, now if my wife were at the game and they threw to first, she would let out this big sigh. Oh, just pitch the ball. She doesn't understand the
part of the game.
Yeah.
Baker's pitch out.
But love her to death because I have my daughter's 20, Shay. She wants to go to a Pirates game every year.
Yeah.
So we make the trek over as father-daughter, end up coming home in tears, unless there's a concert after the game or something. But we've been doing that since she's about 5. So
that reminds me of me taking my kids to Browns games. I remember them getting blown out by the Bengals a few years ago, and my kid looking at me and go, "Do they always lose?" It's like, well, kinda, but not really. Well, why do we like them? Well, you're just gonna have to learn. As you grow, you'll learn why we like them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if they have yet, but that one bunted foul down the right side.
No, feel the pain there, and we always walk away with, what we had Pamani Brothers again,
That's
which
a
is
staple.
so good.
I like to think Madison's brings a little bit of that Primanti Brothers
yes.
flavor.
Agreed, yeah.
The coleslaw and the fries together,
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Shouldn't have said that, Nate.
So is the fries on a salad just a Pittsburgh thing? Oh, nice hit by Tucker, and that drops in for a base hit.
I don't know, because we were at one of our families, my wife and I's things that we do as a family is we love to travel, and one of our big things is trying to hit every Major League Baseball stadium. So we need teams to quit building new ones because we're starting to get down on our list. But there's been a couple places that have had that, so but it's
I'm a
nothing.
fan.
Me too. I just
more carbs.
Yep, absolutely.
Auble shows bunt, pulls that one back. First pitch misses for a ball.
Yeah, David's kind of struggling with the plate this year, hitting 209 and 40 and 61 plate appearances. Done a really good job of cutting out his strikeouts a little bit. Last year he was pretty high. It was, double digits in strikeouts at this time of the year, and he's done a better job of cutting those down this year.
Does have a pretty good on-base percentage. I know he's sporting that 209 average, but a 417 on-base percentage tells you he's patient.
Yep.
And he sees a lot of pitches.
Yeah, and I think this is a weird shift here by Norwalk as they bring the second baseman into charge, essentially keeping third and first stuck on the bases.
The second baseman comes into charge. They throw to third, and they get the lead runner at third for the first out of the inning. So, Dan, that was interesting, but it paid off.
Absolutely, and that was a great play by the second baseman. As soon as Auble started to square around, he was charging in, and I think the Rogo kid didn't get the greatest jump at second, but a great play by the second baseman for the Truckers.
What a play by Griffin Peoples.
Yeah, big hit. I mean, that's that's a Sports Center moment right there. You turn around and you get the big hit in the inning, and then you make the play in the field. So we'll see him on the I won't see him on the 11 o'clock. I'm not usually up that late anymore. We'll see him in the morning replay.
That's right. The 5 a.m. replay with Bucci.
Where when I take the laundry off the treadmill so I can actually get
They make a better coat hanger than anything, honestly.
100%. Yeah, something going on there. It looked like he had a little discomfort coming off. He kind of winked, said something to his coach.
Call to the bullpen, of course, brought to you by our friends at Rodgers Flowers. Stop down to see Brian Ferguson today. And, folks, I don't have to tell you, flower shop season is in full swing. I mean, absolutely beautiful outside. So get outside and find something to do. There's plenty of yard work that needs to be done. I know this grounds crew has done an outstanding job here today, but go see Brian at Rodgers Flowers. Pick yourself up a nice hanging basket.
Yeah, Brian Tom Rodgers Flowers and Tiffin does a phenomenal job. They hooked a lot of our students up with prom with their corsages and their flowers, which was we just had this past Saturday. Great time at Meadowbrook with our kids. Love to see them on the dance floor. Not a lot of 80s music played, so I was a little out of my element, Nate, but it was still a good time for our kids. Yep. Thank you.
1-2 the count, one down. Runners at first and second. Here in the bottom of the second, 1-0 Norwalk. Baker's pitch just misses there.
Oh, that was close. That was a tough pitch to lay off there if you're Talib, especially taking that outside pitch to the right field or something, putting that ball in play.
The 2-2. Talib able to foul that one off.
He's Talib was an 8th grader when I first got here. Now he's a sophomore, and he's done a really good job grooming himself. He's that doesn't sound right. Working,
He does have a nice head of hair.
He does. Yes, he does.
I didn't know he cut his own hair.
Yeah, good flow. Great kid, quiet kid. Works his rear end off in the weight room.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, has done a really good job.
Definitely spent some time in the weight room.
Yeah, and you always get those kids that it takes them a while to click academically, but he's starting to come around academically. So I see big things in this kid's future.
That's awesome.
And really pitched Tuesday against Sandusky, threw a really good game. Don't think he gave up. I think he gave up 1 earned run good
Swing and a miss. Baker ties him up on the inside.
I couldn't tell. Good look if that was a changeup or a curveball, but it looked like it fooled Al Zaquani, who was out in front of it.
Yeah, he was definitely out in front of that one. It looked like it was in on the hands, kind of bent in. Might have been a curve, but
yeah,
I'm not sure. He hasn't really got much snap on his curve, if that's a curve.
Right, exactly.
You said that earlier.
Yeah.
He's not getting much of a snap on it.
No, you see Carson's coming, you can tell right away. But this kid here, Preston Kepler, senior, battled back from a gruesome ankle injury. Perkins football game 2 years ago as a sophomore.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Really a big swinger, free swinger at the plate, but does a good job of contact and everything. Hasn't had a ton of at-bats this year with 29. But good to see him back on an athletic field after that. That was a tough injury to watch.
Hits that one. Foul down the left side. Yeah, I heard that from a lot of parents that was definitely tough to watch.
Yeah, that was I think the game was wrapped up at that time. Preston had some carries and just got tangled up with a bunch of people and a lot of people tackling him, and one thing led to another. So
the 0-2 from Baker. In there for a strike, 3 called. And that'll end the inning. Tornadoes get 2 aboard with no outs, but unable to score on a nice play from Griffin Peoples as he charges in from second to get the lead runner at third. And that pretty much, that's settled in Baker after that.
Yeah, agreed, Nate. I'm gonna take off and go do our signing here for Brett. But I appreciate you having me. I'll be back. And I think there in that situation, that was another key. We talked about Norwalk being aggressive against Carson. That's the second key there was getting the clutch hits, and that was, the tough bunt. Great play by Peoples, second baseman, with that bunt and field and throwing it to the lead runner. But that's a clutch hit that Tornadoes have to get. So I'll be back on the flip side.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Once again, thanks to Dan Hartzell for all of his help. Hopefully he's able to make it back in time for the end of the broadcast. We'll see. In the meantime, Greggy, you're down there. We're ready.
Always ready.
We were born ready. Carson Malott on for his third inning of work. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for bringing you today's ball game. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Rodgers Flowers, Phillips Electric, Carmies Bar and Grill, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Feasel's Frame and Collision, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, TJ Willie's Fine Foods, 5-Star Maintenance and Construction, and Bookmeyer Printing, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We start the top of the third. Carson Malott bends that one in there for a strike. He's got his curveball working. But they're sitting on that fastball, I'm telling you, as they hit that one straight up the middle for a base hit.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 12, Ian.
And a leadoff hit for Caleb Summers will bring up Ian Miner. You know, if I'm Malott here, I'm watching their approach, and they're taking a very aggressive approach with his fastball. I'm starting to tie these guys up. Put it up on the inside hands.
Definitely have to do something to throw them
You
off.
got to brush them back because most of the hits that I've seen where they square up, it's right over the heart of the plate. He's got to work these corners a little bit more here. And that one hit once again right in the hole, left side for a base hit. So nobody out. And the Truckers have runners at first and second. Nice piece of hitting from Ian Miner there.
Having himself a game here today.
Probably going to see a sack bunt here. Brayson Malson, the batter. Malson batting .303. There's your bunt. Pitcher comes off the mound, fires to third. They got their lead runner at third for the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Carson Malott.
Great job to come off the mound there. Come on, get that one, get it over third base.
Absolutely. What a play by Malott to come down and grab that one. Fires that one over to third to get the lead runner. So we stay runners at first and second now with one out. Kelton Chapin, the batter. That one inside.
Hey, stick it now. What do you say now?
1-0 Norwalk here in the top of the third. Malott comes set, checks the runner at second. The 1-0. That one hit back up the middle, double play ball. Tucker steps on second, throw to first, double play to end the inning, and Carson Malott gets out of the jam.
Wasn't looking good there for a minute, and then all of a sudden it just all turned around real quick for the Strangers.
That's exactly what happened. You get that lead runner. That was a big play by Carson Malott to get that lead runner at third. We stay 1-0, even though Norwalk had runners at first and second, nobody out. They were unable to score. We head to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Norwalk. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State. Folks, if you're watching this, make sure you share the video. If you're watching on Facebook, share the video to all of your friends.
Yeah, don't be selfish and
That's
watch
right.
it to yourself.
That's right. I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there that want to watch baseball too. There's a good game going on right here. Two SBC Lake rivals doing battle here at Tornado Field. Don't forget to share the video, and if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow the page, like the page. If you're watching on YouTube, you better be subscribed. And if you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. That's right. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight, streaming live here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. I remind you, folks, First National Bank of Sycamore is uniquely rooted in our communities, proudly serving their customers since 1919. They have locations in Sycamore, Tiffin, New Riegel, and McCutcheonsville, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Buddy Baker on for his third inning of work. That one high for a ball. Fouled straight back by Kissel. Gunther Kissel, the batter. Batting .239 on the season. Fouls that one off to the left. 1-2 the count. That one in there for a strike 3 called. And Kissel goes down looking. Brings up Bryce Rogo. Rogo batting .365 on the season. 23 hits and 63 at-bats. 4 doubles, 3 triples. 20 runs scored. The 0-1. Fouls that one off to the left. And swing and a miss. I think he might have got a little piece of it, but the catcher able to squeeze that one for the out. So 2 down for Carson Malott. Malott strolls to the plate with a .373 batting average. 22 hits in 74 plate appearances. That one outside for a ball. That's a nice hit by Malott as he's able to slap that one back up the middle to center field for a 2-out base hit. And that'll bring up Jaden Myers. Once again, Malott getting on base. And let's see if Jaden Myers can do something here with 2 outs. Myers fouls that one off to the left. Oh, and 1 the count. That one high. 1-1. Baker comes set, checks the runner, fires over to first, runner back safely. He's got a little bit of a funky motion before he throws the ball. He steps off and then throws, and that's kind of, I hear some arguments from the crowd. I mean, that is definitely, it's kind of a weird situation as they get the out at first. A balk is not necessarily always called. Umpires are going to use their own discretion whether they want to call the balk or not. It might just be part of a pitcher's motion, whether they use that motion to throw to first or throw to the home plate. If it's built into their motion, that umpire's not going to make that call 9 times out of 10. So it's just all by discretion. So I know some fans want that call all the time. It's just not going to happen very often. It's just not a call that happens very often.
Yeah, it's so beautiful out here today, Nate.
Isn't it, though?
How's that Skycam looking right now?
It is absolutely gorgeous as we get a beautiful perspective from the Skycam now. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports for our strikeout cancer game. Norwalk leading 1-0 over Tiffin Columbian. Carson Malott coming out for his 4th inning of work. Of course, next week, playoff baseball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be announcing our schedule tomorrow, as I still want to put together my work schedule, as I want to make sure we got enough people to cover all the games. Of course, we really only need me and you, Greggy, you know.
Apparently.
We can cover any game if it's just me and you, you know. But schedule for playoff baseball, at least next week's schedule, will be announced tomorrow. here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But make sure you check out the new website. That's right. We have a new website, heartofohiosports.com. Check out the latest Browns NFL draft breakdown from our own Joey Krajewski. Did a nice job of breaking down the Browns draft and all their draft picks, analyzing how they fit with the club. If you get a chance, check it out. Once again, heartofohiosports.com, your source for all things Heart of Ohio Sports. Top of the fourth. Not top of the third, top of the fourth. There we go. First pitch misses. Want to know the count? Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there. Ben Rothhar, the batter. Ryan Fox, the batter. My apologies. I'm looking at position, not number. A nice hit there by Fox. Well fielded by Tucker, and he's able to make the play, throwing out the runner at first. Nice job there by Tucker. That was a hard play to make, as Fox was smoking down the line, but nice play by Tucker to throw him out for the first out of the inning. And now Ben Rothhar is the batter.
Are you sure this time?
Well, I think so.
Getting a little bit of wind down here, blowing some of this dirt up in my eyes. Ugh. Just goes to show you how dry it is out here today.
Yeah, it is. It's really dry. It's been pretty dry this year. Swing and a miss. Ties him up on the inside. Just didn't know if he wanted to swing or not there.
Had him doing a little dance after that one.
Yeah. And that was a fly out to left. Nice job by the left fielder to make the play. That brings up Buddy Baker. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Still 1-0 Norwalk. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That one in there for a strike. Baker pitching a heck of a ball game to this point. Swing and a miss. Had him guessing there, Greg. I don't think he knew what was coming.
Looked lost up there.
The 0-2 fouled straight back. Two down. The 0-2 is in the dirt. That's a nice pitch, though,
Yeah,
if you're Malott.
He almost had him chasing that one.
Yeah, you just want to, you had a couple waste pitches there. You had him down 0-2. Make him chase a bad pitch. You don't have to give him anything to hit, especially the way they've been swinging bat. Like that right there. Nice hit. Alzaquani over to make the field, and he throws out the runner at first. Nice job, as he's kind of caught a couple times earlier in this game. He got caught drifting towards third. Now there was no runner at second in that situation, so he was obviously there to make that play, but great job to throw out the runner at first for the final out in the top of the fourth.
That ball was moving.
Yeah.
He had a great job getting on top of that one.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Still 1-0 Norwalk.
think Dan really enjoyed himself on the call up there.
I think he did too.
And you can tell by the way he talks about things, the extra effort that he puts into things. He likes to put on a little bit of a show like we like to do.
Absolutely.
He's our kind of guy.
Well, and I like, because he adds a different element to the broadcast, he knows a lot about these kids that I just don't know because he's so involved in all of their lives. He's been involved. I mean, you want to talk about one of the best athletic directors in this area. This is a guy that really cares about these kids. So he knows a lot about these kids that I just don't know. And that's why it was awesome to have him on, to be able to give a little bit more of a perspective, give a little bit more facts about these kids that we just didn't know. And like Gunther Kissel having a 4.0 grade point average. Those are the kind of things that I love to talk about, but I don't have those stats. It's not like they give me their grades, on the stat sheet. So
And it's great that he's just so invested in these student athletes.
absolutely. And folks, I'm telling you, if you're listening to this broadcast, if you're watching this broadcast, if you see Dan out and about, tell him thank you. Tell him he's doing a great job. Give him words of encouragement, because those things go a long way. I mean, it feels great when you hear it from somebody, one of your peers, and especially when it's coming from a parent in this area. So
if anybody appreciates the extra effort, it's definitely us.
For sure.
Like you said, it adds hours to the job, but it's well worth it.
Absolutely. Leading off bottom of the fourth, Braden Rogo. I got it right that time. Rogo batting .467 on the season. That one inside. And look at that. Goes over and collects the ball. Buddy Baker on for his fourth inning of work. Pitching a shutout to this point. Has fallen behind Rogo here 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Baker's pitch, swing and a miss by Rogo. 2-1 the count. Once again, I don't have to tell you folks, you can see it in the camera. It's a gorgeous day for baseball. That one hit back up the middle. It's going to drop for a base hit. Rogo earns himself a leadoff single. And Tornadoes have a runner aboard with nobody out. That'll bring up Braden Tucker. Tucker batting .333 on the season. He does have 12 RBI and 12 stolen bases as he bunts this one. What a bunt, man. That one died just, you want to talk about, you could squeeze a postcard in between that ball and the foul line on the left side.
Yeah, you aren't kidding.
And it stopped. Great bunt by Tucker. Just didn't get enough of it to keep it fair. So he'll come back and try again. We'll see if he shows bunt once again here. Throw to first and runner back standing. Strikeout cancer game. Nice hit by Tucker once again in the hole. As the third baseman was kind of charging in there, Greg. He thought maybe they might be bunting again. Tucker said, no. He choked up on the bat and cranked that one into left field.
Caught him sleeping that time.
That's right. Ian Miner was kind of charging in, thinking maybe a bunt attempt, but Tucker puts it on the ground, puts it in between short and third for a base hit. So runners on first and second, nobody out. And that's going to be a balk. Now, see, we talked about that earlier, Greg, and it's going to be discretion whether the umpire calls that or not. And that's the second time I've seen that same motion from him. This time they called it.
So maybe they let it slide that first time. But they're not going to let it slide all game.
Auble watches that one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Runners at second and third now. Nobody out. That one high and outside, 2-0. I love to hear that chirping from the dugout, Greg. It's great.
I saw your video. Great, right? Yeah, they're beautiful.
Thank you. They're on me.
Yeah.
Except for the big
Auble fouls that one off to the right. Two and one the count. David Auble the third. Takes that one, and Baker hits the batter to load the bases with nobody out. So Greg, he's working a shutout, but bases are loaded, nobody out, and now we got a call to the bullpen.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good position to be in here for him.
Yeah, not at all.
It's like a 180 from where he just was at the start of this inning.
Once again, call to the bullpen brought to you by Rodgers Flowers. Not exactly a pitching change, but when we say call to the bullpen, it mainly means they're just making a call and they're going out and talking with the pitcher. So once again, Nate Mullins on the call here. Thanks for tuning in on Heart of Ohio Sports. We got Greg Kindow manning the cameras and helping out on the call as well. Double duty again today, Greg.
Tell you who's got double duty is the pitcher here.
Yeah, that's right.
Got to make sure you throw some perfect pitches. If the ball comes your way, you've got to make the play. He's dug himself a hole here.
I love the Jeopardy music. That was great.
Yeah. Hopefully a little talk calms down a little bit.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Baker comes set. Alzaquani hits that one third base side. Minor gloves and throws. They'll get the out at first, but a run will score, and we are tied at one apiece. Runners at second and third with one out now. That brings up Preston Kepler. Pitch out, snap throw to third. It gets away from the third baseman. Tucker gets up, he takes off for home, and he will score standing. The Tornadoes take the lead 2-1 on a bad throw from the catcher to third base. He just didn't throw it on the right side of the bag there, Greg.
No, just a costly mistake there.
Throw it more on the foul side of the bag, and that's why it ended up into foul territory. And that's why the Tornadoes get another run. The runner at third. One out. Preston Kepler facing a 1-1 count. 2-1 Tiffin Columbian. Kepler hits that one to the second baseman, who looks the runner back at third and fires over to first for the second out of the inning. Good play there by Peoples, as wisely he looks the runner back to third before making the play at first base.
It's a good heads-up play there.
Mm-hmm. Brings up Gunther Kissel. That one outside. Runner at third base, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. Baker's pitch, swing and a miss by Kissel. 1-1 the count. In there for a strike, 1-2. That one misses.
Oh, he gets hit by that.
And that hits the batter. Kissel takes one for the team as he works his way aboard. So runners at first and third with 2 outs. That brings up Bryce Rogo. That pitch high. Rogo watches that one go by for a ball. Snap throw to first. Runner back safely.
Oh, wow.
That one hit well. Center field. Center fielder retreating, and he'll make the play for the final out here in the 4th inning. Tornadoes scratch across 2. They take the lead 2-1 as we head to the 5th inning here at Tornado Field. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn with you on the call. That was a big inning there for Tiffin Columbian, and Carson Malot's got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief now. A little bit of breathing room here for the University of Findlay commit. Once again, folks, if you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, whatever you're watching it on, make sure you share. Make sure you share the video with your friends on Facebook. Make sure you share it on YouTube. Whatever you got to do. Matter of fact, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing the video. There we go. I did it, so you can do it. It's not that hard. It took me 2 minutes. And I wasn't even watching. If you're watching, it literally takes 2 clicks. Share and post. That's it. Help us out, folks.
Spread the word.
That's right. Spread the word. Help
us
these
be able to bring
athletes
you
out.
More games.
That's right. As we mentioned, we got playoff baseball coming up next week as we dive into baseball coverage. I want a cheeseburger.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 22, Griffin Peoples.
I know where you can get one. A really good one. You can get a couple. I know a couple places you can get a really good burger.
Come on now, Nate. We're only in the 5th. Don't start that.
Oh, we're getting close. It's getting close. My stomach can feel it. It's like, hey, we're getting close to the end, right? Peoples with a nice bunt down left side. And well played by Alzaquani as he charges on to make the play for the out.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 1, Sam Battles.
After the way Peoples worked his way on and scored, drove home that first run, I'm not sure why they had him bunting there. But due up now for Norwalk, Sam Battles. And he definitely does while he's up there. He battles.
No doubt.
Inside. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Tornadoes took the lead in the bottom of the 4th as they scored 2 runs. They now lead 2-1. And nice job by Malott. I think the batter thought he held up, but I think the pitch was in there. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah. saw the way he looked at the umpire there, like, what?
It was a strike. Now we got a discussion here between third base coach
Guess we got to explain.
and the umpire.
Yeah, took about 2 seconds.
That's pretty much what I thought, though, Greg. It was a strike, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look good to hear. Look good here. Ump's been calling a heck of a game at this point.
It sank a little bit, but I still think it was a strike. I think he called the right call there.
1-2 the count. 1 out. That one fouled. Count remains 1-2. The 1-2. That one hit back to the shortstop. Tucker fields, throws, and gets the runner at first, but Jaden Myers goes down in a heap. Not sure what happened there.
I don't know if he overextended himself, and I didn't really see what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he is down, and he's in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, sometimes when you're stretching out and extending yourself like that, you could hurt yourself. Not really sure what happened.
Yeah, I'm not positive, but I think it's something with his ear. He might have got hit in the ear or something.
It's possible. It was a wild throw over there.
They got the out. The batter was standing there at first like he was safe or something, but that was definitely an out. And it looks to be okay. That's what you like to see.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 3, Caleb Summers.
Like we said before, Nate, are you hurt or are you injured?
That's right. That's
You can shake that right off.
I'm telling you what. It's easy to say to a high schooler, but try saying that to a third grader. Are you hurt or are you injured?
I don't know.
Youth football is fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Kids get hurt every single play, I swear. But not many get injured.
Yeah.
That one in the dirt. Caleb Summers, the batter. 1-0 turns to 1-1 as Malott bends that one in there for a strike. Summers batting .300 on the season. 15 hits and 50 at-bats. The 2-1. Fouled. Actually, no, this was when skied third base side. Al Zaquani makes the play for the final out in the top of the 5th. Nice job by Carson Malott. 1-2-3 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 2-1, Tiffin Columbian. Of course, Greg, I was talking with I want to call her our printer, screen printer, graphic designer, I guess. You do a lot of graphic design for us as well, but Katina Steinmetz with Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., SSG Inc. She's putting together our merchandise order for next week. We're getting some stickers ordered. We're trying to put together some T-shirt designs, possibly make some cool T-shirts for everybody. But we are also putting together a nice banner that we'll be hanging up at games from now on. And we also ordered a nice backdrop. That's right, folks. 10x10 backdrop. It comes complete with a case, carrying case, and a little stand to set it up behind you.
It's nice to have all those things and to have the quick turnaround time.
For sure. We'll have that banner in time for playoff baseball next week. Once again, very thankful for Katina and her help. Of course, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink, they're here for all of your printing and design needs, from reunions to small events to business apparel to vehicle lettering. We've got it covered. Your local one-stop shop. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink. Bottom of the fifth. Buddy Baker on for his fifth inning of work. Misses with that first pitch. Carson Malott in the batter's box. Baker fires that one in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. That's right, 50-50 will be announced in the sixth inning. So if you're here, get your tickets out, get them ready.
It's a nice little hit there caught by Ian Miner.
Miner with a nice play at third for the first out of the inning. Brings up Jaden Myers. Myers skies this one to the center fielder, who camps under it and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Once again, an aggressive approach by both teams here today.
Yeah, two nice hits there. Just didn't have enough on them. Somebody got underneath them.
That one in there for a strike. Two lefties on the mound today. That one in there for a strike. Baker works from the third base side of the rubber. Comes set and fires. That one hit into right field, but playable for the right fielder for the final out here in the top or bottom of the fifth. We head to the top of the sixth. Still 2-1, Tiffin Columbian.
Attention fans, this is your last chance to purchase 50/50 raffle tickets. Last chance to purchase 50/50.
You better get your tickets if you want, Greg. Last chance.
I thought you were getting me some.
Oh, I thought you were getting me. See, we got to work on communication here, man. Like, I thought you were getting me tickets, and you thought I was getting you tickets. See, this is just,
Actually,
man.
I think.
How are we going to win 50-50 if we ain't got no
I was gonna
tickets?
say I think Dan was getting us both.
Oh, that's what it was. Dan. All right, Dan dropped the ball. Okay. We can blame it on Dan.
Sounds good. Sure, it wouldn't be the first thing.
Folks, if you're looking for a good place to eat after the game, hit up Carmies BBQ Grill. That is a great place to enjoy some outstanding barbecue before or after the game. Low and slow is how we roll. Friendly staff and freshly cooked food daily. Located next to the Tiffin Hampton Inn, hit a home run and bring your kid in for some free loaded tots. That's right. Carmies hours Tuesday through Saturday, 4 to 10 p.m. They do have patio dining now, as the patio has opened up for the season. They have inside dining and takeout orders. Make sure you remember they're closed on Sundays and Mondays, but don't forget about Carmies Catering for all of your hosting needs. I know you got graduation parties to plan coming up. I got one that I'm planning right now. Make sure you get a hold of Carmies. They got some great barbecue, folks, and they will take care of everything you need for all of your graduation party needs. Getting ready to start the top of the sixth here. Carson Malott on for his sixth inning of work. Gave up the one run in the second, but since then he's settled in nicely. And he's in a little bit of a groove. Not as many strikeouts as we're used to seeing from him today, but that's due to the aggressive approach you're seeing from these Norwalk hitters. Throw down to second by Rogo. And we are ready to start the top of the sixth. That was always my favorite part as a catcher. Warm-up pitches. You take that last one, you've rocketed it down to second. All right, let's go. Time to strap up. Two to one your score. Columbian leading Norwalk. Truckers Ian Miner in the batter's box. Miner batting .375 on the season. He does have 4 home runs on the season, so he's got some power. That'd be something that I would be aware of if I was Carson Malott, as Miner fouls that one off. With this 1-2 count here, I don't think I'm giving him anything to swing at. Maybe try to drop that curveball right around his ankles right here. Fastball in on his hands. Still 1-2. Once again, this is our final regular season broadcast of the year. We've got playoff baseball coming to you. Miner gets a hold of that one, but that one's going to be playable for the center fielder. And Kissel makes the play for the first out here in the top of the sixth.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 14, Brayson Malson.
That'll bring up Brayson Malson. Malson batting .303 on the season. That one hit right to the shortstop, Braden Tucker, who gloves it for the second out.
Now batting number 11, Kelton Chapin.
That'll bring up Kelton Chapin, batting in the 5-hole tonight. The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Chapin struggling at the plate this year, batting .143. Swing and a miss.
Ooh, some heat on that one.
I think he might have got a little piece of it. I thought I heard the bat. The catcher gloves that one. The 2-1. Foul back, 2-2. Malott comes set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Throw down to first as it gets away from the catcher, and they get the final out in the top of the sixth. We head to the bottom of the sixth. Still 2-1, Tiffin Columbian. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I want to remind you, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union has been a part of this community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative and are delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA. There's another one of our fine sponsors. We heard that Cheeseburger in Paradise song. Always, anytime you say the word burger, it reminds me of Benchwarmers. And it reminds me of the pretzel bacon cheesy burger. That's right, folks. Get over to Benchwarmers or call it in. That's right, Benchwarmers delivers to you. Call in your order or just stop down and get yourself some fine handmade high quality food. You talk about most of their sauces are made in-house. They only have one sauce on their menu that's not made in-house, and that's just because Brandon says, well, we just can't make it as good as they can, so we're just not going to make that sauce. But every one of their sauces except for one is made in-house. All of their ingredients are as locally sourced as they can possibly get. Fresh, never frozen beef, hand-cut potatoes. I mean, the fries are phenomenal. The cheese curds, Greggy, I don't have to tell you about them.
Well, Nate, and what better time than this weekend in remembrance of Daniel Wood to stop into Benchwarmers?
That's absolutely right.
In memory of him and have yourself some good food.
Of course, Daniel Wood, owner of Benchwarmers, when he passed away back in 2018. Hard to believe it'll be 4 years this year, Greg. That one. Bunted foul as Braden Tucker shows bunt.
I'm pretty much convinced that time doesn't really exist, Nate.
It's a myth. It's a construct.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we're the only species on this planet that keeps track of it. Getting deep here on the broadcast.
Going down the rabbit hole.
That one misses. 1-1 the count. Skips in the dirt. 2-1. 2-1. Tiffin Columbian leading. Braden Tucker. The 2-1 skips in the dirt. Makes it 3-1. Of course, this Monday, Greg, the debut of our, I wouldn't say debut, what do you want to call it? The relaunch?
Grand reopening?
Grand reopening of Mulling It Over. That's right, Mulling It Over. My, I want to call it a podcast, blogcast, I guess is what you want to call it. Vlog. Resurrecting the idea from Tucker watches that one as it paints the outside corner for a strike. Full count now. But no, Mulling It Over will re-debut this Monday as a morning show. Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 9:30. As Tucker fouls that one off to the left. Did Auble barehand that?
Yes.
And Braden Tucker watches that one as Baker walks the first batter of the inning. That'll bring up Dave Auble. Dave Auble the third. All man and a yard wide. Stepping into the batter's box. Looking to find one to drive here. Shows bunt. Second baseman comes on and charges. But a pitch out. 1-0 the count. Throw over to first. Runner back safely. That's kind of a tricky play there as they get the second baseman charging in, plays tricks on the runner there.
And it worked good for him earlier.
It did. Throw out. 2-0 the count. Snap throw to first, runner back safely. Yeah, that runner, the second baseman charging, if I'm the runner, that kind of plays tricks on me a little bit, you know, because you're not looking at the pitcher as much if you're watching this guy run past. You really got to be on your toes. See, Tucker slides back safely. You got to wonder how many times they're going to do that because, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working very well.
Yeah. Throw out once again. 3-0 the count. You got to wonder when they're just going to pay attention to the batter. They're more worried about the runner at first than they are the batter in the batter's box. Now they got 3-0.
And I bet you all both like, you better take me serious.
Right, Albo's sitting up there just chomping at the bit. Once again, pitch out. And Baker, on 4 straight pitches, walks David Albo. So we mentioned Albo with the on-base percentage, Greg. He might not have a high batting average, but his on-base percentage is pretty high, sitting at, where's he at? I mentioned it earlier, 417 on-base percentage. You know, and we got a call to the bullpen here, and we will have a pitching change. So call to the bullpen, brought to you by your friends at Rodgers Flowers. Once again, stop down and see Brian at Rodgers Flowers today. Pick yourself up a nice hanging flower basket or grab something for that special someone in your life. Rodgers Flowers is your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs. One thing I noticed last time I was in at Rodgers was he's got a lot of different things in there, Greg. It's not just flowers. It's not just what you would typically find at a flower shop. That's why I always say it's your one-stop destination for all of your special occasion needs.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful arrangements in there. Speaking of beautiful, Nate, let's take a look at that Skycam again right now.
Once again, Skycam perspective showing you just how gorgeous it is here at Tornado Field. As we have a pitching change. Coming in now for Norwalk.
Now pitching for Norwalk, number 11,
Kelton Chapin is your pitcher. Take a look at Chapin's stats on the season. On the mound, he's at 8 1/3 innings pitched. He has yet to allow an earned run, but he's given up 5 runs, 6 hits, 8 walks.
Only 8 innings pitched this year?
Yeah, 8 1/3. 9 strikeouts. And once again, no earned runs. So, sounds like he's a relief pitcher in every sense of the word. And he's come on a couple times when he had runners on. But they don't credit those runs to the relief pitcher. So that's probably where he's got those 5 runs from. But no earned runs.
Let's see what he's got here in the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th. Talib Alzaquani in the batter's box. That one high. Baker now at first base. Charging in. And that one fouled off to the right. They definitely use their fielders in a unique situation. Or in a unique fashion, I should say. That went in there for a strike. Alzaquani kind of mad at himself for taking that one. That one skips in the dirt, gets past the catcher. The runners will advance. So runners at second and third now. Nobody out. 2-2 count. Now Alzaquani just has to get this one in the air to score a run. Infield in. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there from Chapin. That'll bring up Preston Kepler. Kepler batting .276 on the season. That first pitch in there for a strike. That pitch fouled back. And off to the right. Somebody's car. Wasn't mine.
Hopefully not mine.
Black Kia? Oh.
You just
That
push your mouth.
That one outside. 1 and 2 the count. Kepler fouls that one off once again to the right. I always hate it when I hear the crowd, ooh, ooh, after it goes off.
Yeah, I don't think my
Where I
kid-
can't see it.
baseball hit my car, I'd probably total it.
The 1 and 2. Kepler with a good eye watches that one go by. Nice hit by Kepler. That's going to drop for a base hit. That should score both runs. What a hit by Preston Kepler. And runner is safe, almost slides in safely. Preston Kepler with a 2 RBI base hit to open things up for Tiffin Columbian. It's now 4-1 Tornadoes. That'll bring up Gunther Kissel. Nice piece of hitting from the bottom of your order right there. Preston Kepler coming up huge.
That's exactly what you needed in that situation.
Kissel fouls this one off. Runner at first with 1 out. Tornadoes have added to their lead. It's now 4-1. Chapin fires that one in there. Center fielder comes on and makes the play for the second out of the inning. So Kissel gives it a ride, but the center fielder squeezes it for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Bryce Rogo. Did you notice the pause there, Greg?
You had to figure out which one it was.
I wasn't going to say the wrong name again. And if I wouldn't have been talking while the announcer was talking, I would have heard him say the right name. But, you know, me, I just got to always be running my yapper. The 1-0 from Chapin. Rogo gets a hold of that one, but that's going to go foul. Man, that's going to go quite a ways.
I think that one was heading
It's-
towards the fort over there.
Still going.
We'll let you know when it lands.
Oh, he couldn't hold up on that one. 1 and 2 the count. Nice pitch there from Chapin. Just had him guessing there.
Just trying to get out of the inning here.
2 down, 1 and 2 the count. Runner at first. That one in there for a strike. Rogo watches it for a strike 3 called to end the inning. But the Tornadoes scored 2 more. It's 4-1, Tiffin Columbian. We head to the top of the 7th. Truckers down to their final 3 outs. Potentially.
They played a great game here so far, but
They really have.
Milan has just done a great job, only giving up that 1 run in the second inning.
4 unanswered runs by the Columbian offense. And with Carson Malott on the mound, you give him a 3-run lead, and it's pretty hard for the other team to make anything happen. He's only given up 2 earned runs on the season, if you don't count the one earlier today. I believe that one was an earned run. I don't think there was any errors in that inning. So
They just came out swinging at that.
yeah. They were aggressive. They have been this whole game, taking an aggressive approach against Malott. Folks, I want to tell you about my friends at Reno's Pizza and Pasta. They're home to some of the best pizza in Tiffin, such as their all-new MST loaded chicken chunk pizza. That's right, you get the best of both worlds with this one, as two great local businesses team up to bring you this fabulous creation from the labs of young Johnny Reno. And if you haven't already, give the Gyro Pizza a try. That's right, lamb, feta, tzatziki, and a whole lot more. It brings together two of your favorites in one fantastic pizza. That's right, give your friends at Reno's Pizza and Pasta a call. And order some delivery tonight. Welcome back, Dan.
Well, let's not fool the viewers here. You just muted my mic the whole time I've been here. I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. I think it was a good thing that I left. I see we got 4 runs.
Yes.
So it looks like Carson's still on the hill. I'm sure he's pitched a pretty good game.
Now, if they score one, you're going to have to leave. So, just
100%. Absolutely.
If they score, we're muting the mic again.
That's right. We're just going to mute you again. We'll turn it all the way down.
I wish I could argue that. I can't. What's he saying in office? I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
I'm just a little stitious.
Leading off in the 7th inning for Norwalk, number 9, Ryan Fox.
Ryan Fox leading off for Norwalk here in the top of the 7th. Fox batting .250 on the season. Truckers need to make something happen here. Swing and a miss. Malott fires that one in there.
It looks like he's still throwing some good smoke behind that from starting the game.
Yeah, I don't think his velocity's dropped at all. That one hit. Slow roller down the third base side. There's really no play to make. Alzaquani tried to make the play, but runner beats it out for a leadoff single.
Yep, and I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh.
That's a tough one, though, because you play back. You don't want to give them anything, and
those slow rollers are always so tough for a third baseman because you just have it's already a long throw to make from first to third. You have it's timing down there.
Absolutely.
You know, after you count it off a couple seconds, you're not going to make that play. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one hit into right field, foul territory.
Well, that opens up pretty big out there in right field, and even left field you get past the bullpen areas, and it opens up pretty good. We've got a really nice setup here at Tornado Field.
Yeah. Kepler almost got to that one. It's a nice space between foul territory and that fence over there. You got a nice distance. Still make a play over there.
Yeah, and again, this is kind of like with the strikeout for cancer. Coach Malott has done a lot of work on this field over his years and put a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears into it.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
That one hit foul.
I like Carson's approach here, too. He's going right at him, not backing down. Not really concerned about the runner here. And
that's right. Ben Rothhar, the batter. That one, strike 3, called outside corner. Rothhar can't believe it, but he goes down looking.
That's just some good pitching right there.
I think, and I'm only saying the first 2 innings and then this inning, it seems like that's the same strike that's been called all night.
It's consistent. He's been consistent all night.
And that's all you ask for.
You can't argue with that call if he's been making it all night.
No, very true.
In there for a strike.
We had a good turnout up for Brett Minnick's National Letter of Intent signing to Mercyhurst.
Yeah, how'd that go?
About 35 people up there for him, supporting friends and family. So it's always nice to do that. But good curveball right there by Carson Malott on the inside corner. Left the hitter just kind of holding the bat there.
Well, you see Baker actually almost started to get out of the way, thinking it was going to hit him, and then it just dropped right back in the strike zone.
Got that nice late break to it.
The 0-2. In there, strike 3 called.
That's a nice one in there. He's sinking at the last moment.
Again, that's been a consistent strike zone the whole game.
Now batting for Norwalk, number 22, Griffin Peoples.
Baker not happy.
Well, no, and one of the things, Nate, with my job is as soon as this game's over, I go down and escort the umpires to their vehicles so we don't run into any type of situation. So I'll go down and do that and then come back up. And
Peoples with a nice hit, but Al Zaquani with a nice play as he throws out the runner at first to end the ball game.
Well, and that's the game, Nate. I'm going to go down and take care of the umpires. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks again, Dan. Dan Hartzell, our guest today, as Tiffin Columbian takes care of business here in front of the home crowd, and they pick up a win here in today's strikeout cancer game over the Norwalk Truckers. 4-1 is your final score. And folks, we're going to step aside and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll break down this one, and we got the First National Bank of Sycamore post-game show coming to you right after this. Don't go anywhere. We still got to give the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game away. That's right, all coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back. You're tuned in live here with the First National Bank of Sycamore postgame show. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn, not Dan Hartzell.
No, I'm Dan Hartzell.
Oh, you're Dan Hartzell right now? You're filling in.
It's on the screen, so that's what it has to be.
Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn joining you here live at Tiffin Columbian Tornado Field. We'll just call it Tornado Field, right?
That's what I was told by Carter today, actually.
That's right.
It's called Tornado Field. Certainly doesn't look like a tornado hit it, though. What a nice facility we have here.
Gorgeous facility, gorgeous day for baseball. And big win for Tiffin Columbian, 4-1, your final score. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn, you are tuned in to the First National Bank of Sycamore postgame show. Greg, let's talk about this one. I mean, from start to finish, this was a great game by both teams, but one of these teams had a dynamite pitcher who, although he did give up the one run, he was locked in for all 7 innings. Went the complete game, and he got the shutout win, or the one-run win.
I say with as aggressive as they were being, to only give up that one run, it just speaks volumes how great of a pitcher he is.
I mean, he brings it every game. Coming in today, he had 52 strikeouts I think he had 37 and a third innings pitched coming into today. That's just, I'm shooting from the hip here. I remember the stats, but I think I'm pretty close. But you talk about 50 strikeouts coming into today. This team knew they had to be aggressive. They knew that you're not going to sit there. You don't want to watch a bunch of pitches with Malat because he works in the strike zone. He gets ahead of batters. So they knew they had to take an aggressive approach, and that's really what you saw here today. But once Malat figured out their approach, I think he kind of settled in and found a different way to pitch to them, and that's kind of, their aggressiveness played right into his hands.
Right, it's just a sign of a great pitcher there to be able to adjust his game, adjust his pitches to match that, and get his team to win.
Yeah, big win for Carson Malat and a big win for Tiffin Columbian.
And not to be biased by any means at all, but, man, there's not very many pitchers that are more enjoyable to watch than this kid, Nate.
Yeah, he's definitely fun to watch. And it's been a fun season for Tiffin Columbian. They're not done yet, Greg. They're not done yet. We still got postseason baseball. That's right. Postseason baseball next week here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as this is our final regular season baseball broadcast of the year. We've finished a full season of baseball already. Can you believe that, Greg?
It went by quick. Even with the rescheduling of the games, it still went by quick. You know, at the beginning of the season, we had our eyes on this Columbian team, Nate, and we had a feeling that we'd be covering them here in the postseason. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's
right. So once again, we'll be bringing you postseason action live next week here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as we will cover these Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes. And we will also be covering Hopewell Loudon and also Tiffin Calvert.
See Mr. Morgan down there walking across the diamond now.
I do.
Getting his interviews for what I'm sure will be a great written article for the advertiser.
Well, he doesn't have to beat Greg to an interview now, so.
Not today. I'll see you during football season there, buddy.
Once again, thanks for tuning in here on the First National Bank of Sycamore postgame show. Well, Greg, we really didn't get a chance to really talk about it while we were off the air, but we do have to give away the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game Award. Now, let's talk about this because, there's a lot of guys out here, I feel like, deserving of this award, but you're not Dan Hartzell. There we go. So
just an imposter.
I think there's a lot of kids that deserve this award today, Greg. And being that it's the end of the season, for us, it's kind of hard for me to pick any one of them. But if I had to choose anybody, the story of Preston Kepler and what he's been through, for him to come back this year, limited plate appearances, his limited time that he's had this year, he's had an impact in every way that you can have an impact on this team. His leadership, just the intangibles that don't show up on the stat sheet. But today, it did show up on the stat sheet, right, as he came through with a huge clutch 2-run or 2 RBI single to extend the lead for Tiffin Columbian.
And you really think that made all the difference here in this one, because it was a 2-1 ball game.
It really was.
And, these teams battling back and forth. It could have been anybody's game, but yes, right there, Kepler to knock in those 2 runs and just spread that score out like that, make it a little bit more comfortable for Malat and the rest of his teammates. Just go ahead and finish this one out.
All right, so I would have given it to Carson Malat, honestly, because what a game.
It's hard not to when somebody only gives up 1 run in a game where they're just swinging at everything like that.
But he's already got a gift card coming, yep. So we got to give somebody else a gift card here from MST Sauce Company. So once again, our MST Sauce Company Player of the Game, Greg, are we in agreement here with?
Oh, absolutely.
Preston Kepler, congratulations on winning the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game. Big 2 RBI single to open up the lead for Tiffin Columbian and basically clinch it. He put it away. put it, I guess, kind of gave them some breathing room at that point, and that was all Carson Malott needed. He only really needed those 2 runs, but they gave him 2 more with that Preston Kepler single, and that's all she wrote.
Swinging the momentum.
That's right. Once again, thanks to our sponsors for bringing you today's ball game. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, TPC Food Service, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Rodgers Flowers, Phillips Electric, Carmies Bar and Grill, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Feasel's Frame and Collision, Benchwarmers, TJ Willies Fine Foods, 5-Star Maintenance and Construction, and Bookmeyer Printing, all proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks for tuning in on the First National Bank of Sycamore postgame show. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn, and also special thanks to Dan Hartzell.
Yeah, he did a great job today.
Big time.
Well, lots to talk about when you're that close with these student athletes, and he had brought all kinds of knowledge and good trivia facts, things like that, and just a great call today with you, Nate.
Absolutely. Once again, thanks to Dan Hartzell for coming on. Hopefully we get a couple more of those because that was fun.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
We'll
and
be back here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully he will too.
Absolutely. All right, so for Greg Kinn and Dan Hartzell, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Tornado Field. Once again, your final, Tiffin Columbian 4, Norwalk 1. Thanks for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.